Okay, and we are on. Okay, hi YouTube land. This is PR Charles here, and welcome to our first hangout. I'm here with my lovely friend,
Hey y'all, hey, it's Brittany.
and we're here to share our journeys. Journeys. Is it journeys or journey? It don't matter. You all know what I'm saying. Journey as far as embracing our natural beauty. Embracing our natural beauty. Exactly what does that mean? It's various definitions for different people. I know for me it was embracing my natural hair and other aspects that came along with embracing my natural hair. What does embracing your natural beauty mean for you, Brittany?
Um, for me, that was just embracing how my hair came out of my head. Like just embracing just how it looks naturally. In the beginning, I wouldn't say it was all about like natural products or anything in the beginning, but it was definitely about not processing my hair and perming it or anything like that.
Okay, so what was the issue about how it came out of your head? What has been your story?
It's always been a struggle. Growing up, I've always had to deal with the hot combs and the perms. And when I was 10 years old, sorry, mommy, but I'm about to tell this. My mother put a perm in my hair and she left the super in my hair for too long. And the right side of my hair, like right, all right here was gone. So at 10 years old, I had the ill comb over. And then from there, I was just like, this is too much work. Like, my hair shouldn't have to go through all this. But I was still young where my mother made the decisions on my hair. So when I became old enough, I decided that's enough. No more weaves, no more braids, no more perms. I'm going to lock it.
Okay, so when she was putting in the relaxer, what did she tell you? What did you know or think in the beginning when they're bringing this product or cream and it smells strong, and when you apply it, it burns.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when she approached you and putting this in your hair?
I mean, growing up, like, I was made to believe that straight hair was better or that it looked better rather. So I'm like, all right. So whatever I needed to do to get some length and like, I mean, everybody when I was going in middle school, that's how they wore their hair. So that's what I was accustomed to. So I figured it was normal. And then when I had the creamy crack approached and placed in my head, I think then, like when I was 10, it was when it was really like a big issue. Because beforehand, my great grandmother used to do my hair, and she never used to put any perms or anything in my hair. But when she fell ill and my mother started to do my hair, that's when all that other stuff happened.
Did your mom have a relaxer, or was she wearing braids, or was she rocking a natural?
I think my mother had like the finger wave back in the day, and she had at some point she decided to go natural and she locked her hair, but this was like a couple of years after she massacred my hair.
Okay. I know for myself, I grew up seeing my relatives with natural hair.
Hmm.
But I knew that as we got older, it was deemed appropriate that you had to relax your hair because it looked more polished,
Yeah.
and you would get employed. You can seek better employment if your hair was straightened, such as yourself. My family's from the same Caribbean island. I know you say Trinity to the bone on your pages and stuff like that. And, and my grandmother used to do my hair also, and my grandmother had a halo of very thick hair. But whenever she came up to the States, it was, oh, mother, you have to put this chemical in your hair and stuff. And I remember people would walk around and say, oh, your hair looking kind of hot. I mean, that was just the response that people had to pinky, coily, natural hair. So now
Yep.
you grow up thinking that something is wrong with my hair. I have done the hot comb. I have done, you know what? I used to hate the pressing. I was always frightened of the hot comb because
Yep.
it didn't matter how cautious they were. I could feel the steam on my scalp. I did
Mm-hmm.
not like the straightening with the what was it? Was it with the brush and the blow dryer? Because they would just grip the hair and pull it, and it would just hurt so much.
But
Then came
I used to take that pain because I'm just like, you know what? I know my hair is gonna be straight and it's gonna be
mhm.
this. So I'm just gonna sit there and get the like I used to go to the Dominicans back in the Bronx and like get the wash and sets and those blowouts with that heat on my hair every Wednesday like clockwork. I was paying like because it was cheap too because I think it was much cheaper to maintain my hair when I had a perm than it is now in a sense, but it kind of balances itself out, I think. But $10 paying for a wash and set when I was like 18 years old, yeah, Monday through Wednesday, girl. Monday through Wednesday was the $10 special over on oh god, where was this on the four line? Well, I can't remember, but either way, but and that's what I used to do. Like, I'm like, all right, I don't care. Like, I know it's gonna hurt. I know I hated sitting the dryer. Hated it. I still hate it. I haven't sat underneath the dryer in a while. So, but I don't miss any of that.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You said $10. I'm like,
Oh
really?
yeah. It was only
$10?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday they had a special. Other than
Is
that,
it?
it was like $20.
This is in New York?
Yeah.
Hmm. When did I start going to the
Over
hairdresser?
on Burnside. There we go. Like on the four line. But this is back in the day.
Okay. I don't remember. I had the old home jobs. That's
Oh,
what I had. And sitting down, you know how your parents are sitting down and you're sitting in between their legs and they're combing or braiding or blow
and then you
drying. That's
cut
what
your
I
hair. You
hmm?
get slapped with the comb.
Yeah,
I
yep.
remember.
Yep, that's exactly my experience. Then later on, it was like my mother religiously had her hair done, but as time went on, she was like, "Okay, well then I guess we'll send you." But at that point, it was a habit of wearing individual braids and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so now my next question to you is, um, all right, you told me before that you decided you didn't like any of it. You were going to stop at what? I'm not going to say, I was about to ask you at what age.
Okay.
Uh, what
Fine.
age did you decide that that was it for you?
Um, how old was I?
Or
Good
what
grief.
stage of your life? Were you in college? Was it before
I
college? Was it high
was
school?
it was after I was living in Georgia. So this was like around 2007, 2008. That's when I was like, you know what, Brittany, enough is enough. Because I think what happened was, yeah, I think I was like 23, maybe 23, 24. I don't think I was 25 yet. And I was just over it. My mother had locks at the time, my uncle, well, a couple of my uncles, my brother, and I was just like, I was accustomed to seeing locks in my family. And I'm like, you know what? I like the way this looks. Let me give this a try. And I was going to go the traditional lock route. And then my friend Marlene, hey girl, hey, she, she found sister locks on Google. And then when I saw the pictures and saw how small it was and how much you can do with it, from then, that point on, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I don't care how much it's going to cost me. I'm going to get it done. And I found a bunch of people in Georgia that were consultants. But when I spoke to them, I really didn't like how they sound. Like they didn't seem like they really cared about my hair. They just seemed like they cared about getting some money. So it wasn't until I moved back to Brooklyn that I found somebody. And then in March of '09, that's when all this happened. Like I wasted no time. Like I did. So in between that, I just did like braids and like twists, mini twists. Like I cut all the perm ends off my hair. And I was like, that's it. This is it now, or it's not going to happen at all. Like, and I had to do it.
Okay.
What about you? What made you decide that you were like, that's it, I'm fed up, let's time to lock my hair?
Okay, for me, it was I was tired of the takedown. I was tired of the takedown. I was tired of taking out the individual braids, tired of taking out the weaves. Then you have this massive afro and all this gook stuck in it. Then you gotta comb it, unfurl it, brush it out, fight with it. I realized it was an addiction when I realized I couldn't leave the house without tying my hair up.
Yeah.
And I realized that. Plus, I used when I was younger, I wore braids one point for a
Mm.
year and a half. I grew hair to my shoulders, and then I went to the salon, and it was time to straighten it again. So we straightened it again, and straightening it again. I sat there and I said to myself, "So you mean to tell me, God?" And yes, I was talking to God, sitting in the chair, that I can only be beautiful if I have straight hair.
Mm.
And then after that, I was like, there got to be a better way. And I slapped the creamy crack on it. And I remember going to school and people was like, is that a weave? Oh my goodness, your hair's so long. What did you do to your hair? Da, 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 da. Because I wore braids so long for such a long time.
Mm.
And then after doing that 2, 3 times over, I had just had this nice sewn in weave and it was growing out and I took it out. When I looked at my hair, I said, this thing is an addiction.
Mm.
And I went that same day, got some clippers, and just cut it clean off. Because I figured if I ain't had no hair to put any extensions in,
Yep.
if I didn't have any hair to put any braids or anything, I not even hair to put glue. Because I think at that time they were doing the glue thing. I was like, I was like, I can't do this. And after wearing that for about, I think, 5, 6 years, I decided I wanted to look like a lady again. And then I said, all right, I'll do locks. However, my family was very religious, and my grandmother was like, that's just people here do, and that's people who don't take care of themselves, and all this other type of stuff. And then my mom was like, well, what kind of job you gonna get with your hair looking like that? You need to redecide that. And I thought about it. I seen Sister Locks, but I watched it for 4 years. I bought the books. I read the books.
Did
I
you?
Girl, I'm that type. I'm research queen. I'm research queen. And I went the path of traditional, and then I kept playing with it because I didn't find it look super polished or groomed enough for me. And then
Mm.
I decided, I was like, just slap the money down and get it done. Now tell me, isn't that the best thing you've ever done to your hair?
Oh yeah. Listen, I think I spent maybe 650, and I think that like I think that's what I paid back in the day. And mind you, my hair was short. I mean, but to me, I was like, I don't care. This is what I want. I've seen her work. This looks great. Give it to me now. And I have not looked back. There's days, don't get me wrong, where I'm just like, my hair is just not flourishing the way I want it to be. But for the most part, I'm so glad. Like, my hair's never been this long, ever, ever.
Same here. Same here.
First of all, your hair is real long. I'm trying to get to your level. Yes. Oh yeah, my shirt was all wet. I washed my hair. So excuse the wet shirt. My boobs aren't leaking, people.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so all right, now, how has it changed your life? On a broader perspective, how has embracing your natural beauty changed your life? How has it affected other aspects of your life?
I think it definitely has improved my confidence a little bit in myself because to me, my hair is always on point. So since if I might, and I know like any woman, if you feel like your hair is on point, then you always feel like everything else is just on point. So that definitely has improved my how I feel about myself. And I think my overall perspective of hair is just like I know that there's so much that I can do with this. So it's just like, even on days where I think is not my best hair day, I'm getting tons of compliments on my hair. So I'm like, you know what, Brittany? You know what? Maybe your hair is looking kind of cute today. So I just like it just I don't know. I just love it. Like I know that's not really like a concrete answer, but it's just like I'm glad I made the decision when I did.
Okay, and since you've made the decision, how what other decisions or choices have you made? It's kind of like a weird, odd question I'm trying to ask you. It's an abstract question. Okay, you said you have more self-confidence in yourself. How have you gauged that? What things that you didn't do before that you do now because you've gone natural, because you embraced your natural beauty?
I think I've always been like an outgoing person, but in the beginning stages of when I got my locks, like it was when it was much shorter, I wasn't as Brittany as I am. Like I wasn't as out there and outspoken. But I think as I got more comfortable in my hair and my hair started to get a little longer, like I felt like, okay, you know what, Brittany? Because I'm not gonna front. Like the first couple of months, I was like, what the heck did I just get myself into? I
Yeah.
was like, why can't I see so much scalp? Like, what is this? Why is it so short? Oh my god, I can't even curl
Pluck
it.
chicken. Pluck chicken.
Yes, my
Pluck
hair was
chicken.
that like that's how long my hair was,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what am I gonna do? But it just as time went on, I'm just like, all right, this is cool, all right. And then when other people start to like appreciate your hair, and then when you get the questions that aren't really like, aside from the usual is that your hair questions, when you get genuine questions and people who are intrigued and they want to know more about your hair, that helps you to want to be able to be like, all right, you know what, my hair is cute. And you should see me all the time flipping my hair, like all the time. And it's just like I like how I feel now. Like I feel more like myself.
Okay. So you're basically saying that you feel that you are in your own, you feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, from my experience, how has my life changed because of my hair? A lot. I've noticed that. No, you have no idea. My life changed drastically because of my hair. First off, I'm a firm believer that as a woman, your looks are very, very important. People say, "Oh, beauty is only skin deep." No, it's so many different layers to you, especially as a woman, especially when you're being judged by it. For myself, I never really I know I didn't fit into the beauty standard or the status quo based on whatever it is at that time, because we've gone through so many changes. Before it was you had to be thin as a rail, now you can have curves. Before you couldn't see, you would hide your natural hair, but now there's so many people walking around with natural hair, so it's normal, it's trends, right?
Yep.
For me at the time growing up, I knew I did not fit the beauty standard or the status quo in a sense. And it was a question of trying to find who I am, what I am. Well, we know I'm a woman, but in relation to the beauty standard.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I was going through my stages and changes and I put the braids in and I put the tracks in, I did not feel comfortable in my skin. I used to feel funny because when I'd go places and do things, when people would tell me, "Oh, you're beautiful," or "You're pretty," or "Oh, you're this," I just felt very fraudulent because I knew that a lot of my beauty was attached to a price tag. And so I had issues. I'm a very sensitive person. Sometimes I come across very aloof. Sometimes I come across very just even keel, but I'm very sensitive. So I had an issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time went on, I was like, come on, get it together, get it together, get it together. And my life changed because when I accepted that aspect of myself that is so heavily loaded,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of opened the door for me to try other things because I was being froggy with my hair. At the time when I got my locks, people did question, what do you have going on there?
Oh
Some of
yeah.
them, how you have all these braids and you ain't have no extensions in them. You mean you sat there and plait up your hair in all these little tiny pieces, these tiny braids, and you don't have any extensions in it?
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, where are you going with this? Well, what's the plan?" After year, after year one or two, it was like, okay, when the length started to come, I started to feel more comfortable because it felt normal. After that, girl, when I tell you my life changed, I started questioning other things. I started going against other things. I started challenging other things. I started challenging certain subjects that I wanted to study in school. I started challenging the type of the books that I read. I started questioning things. I started expanding and augmenting so many aspects of my life, all because of my hair. People think it's not that deep. This is not about hair. Your life changes once you decided to accept who you are.
Yeah.
That has been my experience. And I've noticed that since I've gone on that journey, people who I never intended to inspire or to influence, they were like, okay, you shaved your head and you survived. I can do that.
Yep.
Then, I got locks and people were watching me from afar and they were like, I didn't ask them to join me or anything. I was just doing my own thing. The goal was just to be comfortable in my skin. That's all I wanted. I wanted to look in the mirror and just be happy with what I saw.
Yeah.
Some people want locks to be, some people, I want exotic. Oh, I want extreme long length. Oh, at the time, I just wanted to just be me. I don't know. I feel like I have a bug in my throat, but yes, that's how it has changed my life. It has changed the type of relationships that I have. It has changed how I relate to the opposite sex. It has changed. It has changed how I even relate to the same sex, in the sense that I have my own grounds to stand on and be comfortable in, and that's it. I can stand on my own. I don't have to compete. I don't have to challenge. I don't have to, I'm going through all these words. I don't have to do any of these things to feel like I'm vying for attention, because
or that you belong.
Yes.
Like you don't have to fight or compete with anyone but yourself.
Yes.
And I know it's not even just in regards to hair, but it's so funny that you said that, because I've been thinking the same thing. I'm like, Brittany, like, who are you really competing with? Compete with yourself.
Yeah.
You can't compare your journey to anybody else's. You have to do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Figure out what you want to go and go there.
That's exactly what it is. So, I know people, they come, because I know I love the way when you say sister lock practitioner, and I'm a sister lock practitioner. I love when you say that. The point is, people come and they say, okay, they just want a hairstyle. They just want, I just want a hairstyle. I just want my hair to grow long. For some people is, I'm just tired of living a lie. Some people is, I just want to accept myself. Some people are like, I just want freedom. But at the end, you just get so much more. Now, what are your hopes with your natural beauty? What are your hopes? And when I say natural beauty, outside of just sister locks on a whole.
Honestly, I would love to see locks become more mainstream. Not even just sister locks, I mean locks in general. Yeah, we see the girls with the loose natural hair, and no shade to any of y'all out there. Like, I love it. I would just like to see more girls with locks taking magazines, like doing covers, doing pictures, doing, like we have people who have faux locks, and all right, that's cool. But, there's those of us with some lock. Like, I would love to see it become more mainstream. I would like to see more of us, like I said, in magazines, on TV. Like, yeah, you see us in movies, but not that much. You got my old lady, my granny, on Orange Is the New Black, with her salt and pepper sister locks, and I love it. That's like the most representation I've seen. And some people like, but I just want it to be like out there, just like in your face, the way other things are so heavily thrown into our faces.
Okay. What are your sister lock dreams for yourself?
Well, to get my hair right now, my goal is to get it to the booty. I want it to be at that length. I don't know. I may cut it. I'm not sure. But my goal is to at least grow it to my booty. Once it gets there, I liked my hair when it was above my shoulders, and I know people are probably thinking like, "Oh my God, like what? Are you kidding me?" But it was the easiest to maintain. My curls were always popping because it was just so big, and yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my longer hair, but we'll see. I may cut it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't really have many of the goals. What about you? Because I don't know. Like, are you trying to have your hair sweep in the floor because you about to have to throw your hair over your
I've
shoulder?
cut my hair 5 times and I keep it trimmed. I keep it trimmed to the same length.
You've,
Um,
no. Wait. You've cut your hair 5 times.
mhm.
5 times, and your hair is still as long as it is.
My hair would be a lot longer. Once it starts trailing, once you have to go to the bathroom and you're pulling up your pants and your hair is getting caught in your pants and tucked in your pants and tucked in other places.
All right, touche.
Okay. That's number
Yeah.
one. Number two, sometimes I get this feeling comes over me sometimes, and you just get annoyed with it, and you're like, okay, I just need to shorten it some. For me, I think at a certain, my goal was always, what was my goal? In the beginning, I didn't have a goal. I just let it go. I think at 6 years, I didn't like the way how the ends looked because the ends were really fat and squat like.
Yep.
And I remember one day just sitting and just feeling through, watching TV and just cutting. And then I had to go run to a cosmetologist in order to like level and, clean it up. Then after that, when it would get a certain length, I'd get that weird feeling again and then I'd cut it again. And right now I just keep it currently trimmed at the same length. I don't like scraggles. In my older video, I think with my full length video, the ends just look crazy. But I like that blunt cut.
Okay.
What are my hopes and dreams in with natural beauty? My hopes and dreams for myself first is maintaining and keeping my hair because there are a lot of challenges that come with being natural. People think you're just natural and then that's it,
Right.
and it's not. There's a certain type of maintenance that goes with that. Maintaining my hair, inspiring other people to use their hair, self-acceptance, to branch out into other aspects of themselves, of self-acceptance. As I said earlier, how my life has changed so much is because a lot of things that I was interested in, but I didn't want to pursue because it wasn't culturally, I'm going to say within the family, it wasn't culturally endorsed. Because I embraced my natural look and my natural hair, I started to do things. I started to write more. I started to pursue other interests that didn't necessarily go along with, family upbringing. I had a strongly religious background, and everything was, no, we're going to do it this way. This is what you're going to go to school to study. This is what you're going to do with your life. This is where you're going to go. And because I have gone natural, I realized that I started stepping up more for myself. Okay. I spoke about my hopes and dreams to explore more aspects of myself.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I lost my light source. Go ahead.
So I know before when you wanted to start your locks and you had people not really agree with you in a sense.
Yes.
Have those people since then felt differently about your hair since you've had your sister locks, or do they still feel the same way that you made like a bad decision?
Oh no. They think that's people will watch you and they don't say much. But then when you start seeing your family members start to copy you, or when you see people, your neighbors and stuff start to copy you, you know that you've struck a nerve, that they approve. They approve and they agree with what you have done. Some people quarrel about you just can't put a price on the transformation. You tell me, but this is a transformation. You got your locks, that part of you that wants to get out and and be even more funnier and vivacious and just personable. It's stepped up because of the confidence that you have in yourself now. I
Yeah.
attribute all of that to accepting yourself.
Yep.
Um, when it
And
comes to, go
love
ahead.
the I love the fact that so many different women come up to us and they find us to be inspiring.
Mhm.
And it's so weird to me and it's so humbling at the same time because it's like I have people that will either like comment on a picture or tag me something or comment in the video, and then when I write back to them, they get like they're like shocked. Some people are shocked that I even responded. Some
Mhm.
people are just like so thankful that I take the time out to answer their questions, and I'm just like, like I get it that you guys see me on the YouTube on hearing the YouTube or you see me on YouTube, but it's like I'm still me. Like I know what it feels like to see somebody that you like in a popular setting and then you ask a question, like a genuine question, and it kind of gets overlooked. Like so to me, for people to know like or to think that they have inspiration in me, that's like I don't know, it's really dope and it's exciting and I'm just like I wish I could meet everybody at once and say what's up. you know? It's just I don't know, like I know you get a lot of people because when I saw you at the natural hair show, was that just last year or the year before? I think it was last
The
year.
year before.
Year
Yeah. Mhm.
before?
Last year.
And no, yeah, last year, yeah. And I'm just like seeing your hair in person. I was like, oh crap! Like the camera doesn't do it any justice. So it's like I was like, oh, like internally, like I was fangirling. I didn't want to show you that. So, but hey, yes. But I was like, oh snap! Like it's so I know how people feel, and that's why like I never want to feel like I've left anybody out or that nobody can come and ask me any question or anything because if I know it, I'm going to tell you because this way, because when I started out my locks, there weren't that many people that I could turn to that had information. That's why I started my YouTube channel because I'm
Mm.
just like, all right, I know I had a bunch of questions. I know I'm still going to have questions. So let me document my journey, figure this out, and see what happens. And
Mhm.
it's working.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
definitely working out.
Interesting. I say interesting because so that's how you started your journey. Um, all right. So, did you have a support system when you decided to go natural or have locks?
Well, I asked my mother at the time to do my traditional locks because that's how she started hers. And she told me no because she knows that I like to change my hair up too much, so she didn't want to start my locks and then me hate it. But then as I researched things, my grandmother was supportive, my friends were supportive. So I think once people saw because a lot of the pictures back then were outdated. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But when they saw the versatility of Sister Locks, they're like, okay, like I think it'll work. But as time went on and they saw it on me, and then that's when the support really kicked in.
Okay, so
like,
what would you say to someone who does not have that support system and they have decided to uh, become natural or get locks installed?
make sure that this is something that you want to do. Because in life, regardless as to what you want to do, there's going to be a person or there's going to be a bunch of people that's not going to agree with your decision. So as long as you stay fast and stay strong into what you want to do it. What's the worst that can happen? You cut your hair off and start something new. I mean, it's just hair. So don't have too much of an attachment to it. But if that's something that a journey you want to take, go for it. Can't nobody stop you but you.
I'm going to piggyback on that. I co-sign with that. You basically have to, it's your life, it's your body, it's your hair. At the end of the day, you have to be happy with it. It is a challenge, but I can say you and I are prime examples of people who were head strong, and just move forward regardless. That's
Yeah.
basically what you have to do. And it's funny because in life, people do that anyway. How many times that we're told not to do something and we do it anyway? You just got to
And
apply that
you
things.
don't learn. Some people don't learn unless they figure it out and they actually do it. So I figured, all right, $650. That's a lot of money, yes.
How much
But
hair
like,
did you have?
huh?
How much hair did you have?
3 to 4 inches. But my hair is so thick
Yeah, your
that
hair is very
my
thick.
hair is really thick. So, but her word for it was dense, which I understand. But
I love
my
that
hair
hair.
is super thick. So I knew, but with me, like I know when I see something and I want it, I don't know if
Yep.
that's the Capricorn in me, but when I see something that I want, I'm just gonna go for it and get it because I know that this is what I want. And then if it turns out something I don't want, then I could just try something else.
You're right. As simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Very simple. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Let me see. I don't know. People out there, don't be afraid. Like, give things a try, but make sure you do your research first. You guys will always hear me tell you to do your research first. Make sure you figure out, like, oh, don't just go to like the chop shop and the quick deals. Because yes, some of us trainees are cheaper, but just make sure you do your research first because this way you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't be afraid to ask questions because it's your hair. And that's what turned me away from a lot of people is that I've asked them questions and they didn't either have the right answer
Can
or
you,
they, huh?
can you give an example?
Oh yeah, like there were several people that I asked to see like updated pictures of their work and they didn't want to share it with me. I'm like, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to share your picture with anyone. I just want to see what you do because yes, I see your website, but those pictures look like they've been there since 93. So can I please get something more up to date? Because I don't know, like, are you up to the time or not? Like, so, and then like when I ask people, okay, so what do you do about this kind of hair and this kind of hair? Like my hair is this. And like they didn't have genuine, like they didn't have any responses. They just had like to me what seemed like something I could Google and find out myself. So I'm like, I can't entrust my scalp and my hair and my money into you if you don't seem like you give a crap about me. So do your research, figure it out, ask questions. You have two people here that will be more than happy to help you if we know the answer.
Is that you or is that me? I just
What?
heard something. I don't know. But I heard something Facebook, something chiming.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. I see that the clock is running and I don't know, this is fun. I like doing this. I like doing this.
yeah.
This was very, I don't know, it took me a while to decide if I was going to do a hangout on this channel. And I already know the attention span is not long and we just talking and just rambling away, but I'm really enjoying myself here. As far
Me too.
as embracing your beauty, I think the first thing, and I guess this is going towards the closing statement, I think that I feel that in order to embrace your natural beauty, you have to accept and admit what you have first, and then to find the best viable options in order to celebrate it, endorse it. I'm going to say configure it. I think this is the best configuration for my hair right now. And that's with anything. You have to explore it. There are a lot of benefits to embracing your beauty, and we've mentioned that already. And you just have to do it. You just have to go out there and take a risk, try it, do it. Like you said earlier, if it doesn't work, you could always do what? You could always cut it. Your hair will grow back.
Exactly.
Your hair will grow back. And in embracing yourself, you will open many doors. I've heard of people getting divorced after getting their hair done. That would be me. You stop taking
Wow.
some of people's crap because you start to embrace and accept yourself. You do so many
Right.
things. Look at us. We're in social media. I never thought in a million years I would be on social media of all places. I'm more of a, stay to myself type of person, but all of this has stemmed from embracing my beauty. All right, Brittany, I know. How can people reach you?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all Britannia718.
Okay. And you can find me here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. All of our links are below in the description box. If you are interested in starting your journey, and I always say this, starting your journey with us, you can find us on the Sister Locks website, and you can contact us with our details are in the description box below. All right, so that's it. Would you like to add anything else, Brittany?
Just enjoy your journey, guys.
Yes.
Love it, live it, have fun.
Yes. All right, guys. So we're signing off. Bye for now.
Later.